Welcome to day 3 of the MDPN 100, which is 100 days worth of storytelling prompts to help you market your product in subtle, honest, and engaging ways. As always, I want to start by saying that you should not use AI to write your story. I say this because when you give AI your full backstory and what you learned from it, it can then learn it and feed it to any and everyone on the internet. We're entering a time where the only thing that'll set you apart from your competitors and AI is your story and expertise, the stories you have and the lessons you've learned that AI can't replace or replicate, yet and hopefully never. So I think it's really important for you to protect them. Now let's jump into the lesson. Today's theme doesn't need a lot of explanation. It shows how you either took a risk or broke a rule or standard you set for yourself. Because maybe your audience is at a similar crossroads, feeling the same way you did, and on the edge of making a similar choice, and they don't know what to do. When you tell your story, play into the options you considered, the fear you felt, and the circumstances that drove you to make the choice you did. Share why it felt so risky and why you created the rule or standard in the first place. Share any regrets you have now and what you still feel unsettled about. In day 3, you're basically mapping out a path that your target audience could take and telling them how or why it worked out or didn't. By telling your story, you're saving them from experiencing the discomfort of fear and uncertainty by letting them live vicariously through you. They get to learn what happens when you break your own rules without having to break their promises to themselves. They get to benefit from the wisdom you gained from your actions without having to suffer the consequences. And you're saving them the time, money, and energy that gets wasted in the trial and error process. And on top of all that, you're showing them how your product can either help them get even greater results or avoid even worse outcomes. This kind of story is engaging, interesting, and inspiring, and it drives sales because you're mirroring the inner conflict they're probably experiencing and giving them a solution that'll help them move past it. And if things didn't work out how you hoped to, sharing your story will help them avoid the worst-case scenario. It'll make them say, you know what, I don't want to deal with all of that. Let me just get this product now so I can avoid the drama. They'll feel lucky and relieved because they dodged a bullet. And, whether they admit it or not, they'll also feel like they're smarter and better than you, at least a little. Why? Because even if they don't fully know what they're doing, at least they didn't go through the mess you did. While it may bruise your ego a bit, it's important to play into this. Ego drives decisions as much as emotions, so use theirs to your advantage. Position your product as the leg up you wished you had. Tell them how they'll be starting 10 steps ahead of where you were at the time. Tell them how it'll help them succeed faster and more easily than you did. Tell them how it'll make them smarter than their competition, including you. They'll assume that if they start ahead of you, they'll stay ahead of you. And after seeing how successful you are now, the thought of achieving even greater success is tantalizing to a potential buyer. But it is so important that you make sure you can back up what you say. Don't make claims you can't live up to. Undersell and over-deliver. Make sure your products are greater than what you say they are. If you want to make extra money but don't know how to, check out our growing library of over 700 digital product and content ideas with detailed guides that will help you make, market, and monetize each one. And if you don't want to create anything new but still want to make more money, consider becoming one of our affiliates. We offer high commission rates and we add more ideas to it every month, so it'll never grow stale. All the details on that, plus the day 3 prompts, can be found below. I'll see you in the next lesson.